something like alerts, like something is wrong, or
How do we call functions?
by ID, by getting their ID, get function ID.
Okay, in order to access the value, we use document.getElement by ID. In order to call function, we have a predefined attribute so-called onClick. So by clicking on that, we will be calling the function. So in the last class, we have called a function so-called validation, in which we try to capture the value of a field. How can we capture the value of a field?
by its ID.
Yeah, by using its ID. So it is from JavaScript we can define it by document.getElement by ID of that specific field. Okay, so we are able to capture the value and we are able to run it. Let me see. Um, Open this. So when I'm not entering anything, I'm getting empty over there. When I'm giving something over there like Suresh, and I'm getting the value. So what I want is, if there is nothing over there, if there is no value here, then I should return an alert saying that please enter the value. How can we do that? When do you come to know there is no value there?
ABC is equal to 70.
If ABC equals
ABC
to
equal to empty or null.
empty or null, then is, if it is not empty, I'm just popping a message here. Where is the entered value stored? In ABC. Let me check this. Please enter the value. If I'm entering something, then entered value is admin. So here there is a quite confusion for the people who are not from the programming background. That is for if and else. So if and else is nothing but it is a conditional statement which works on a specific condition. So as the name itself indicate, conditional statement. So a statement which works on condition is known as conditional statement. So conditional statements works on Boolean. So Boolean means it will be either true or it will be either false. So this type of scenarios are known as Boolean scenarios. So what it will be doing is it will be taking a condition. This if block will take condition here. So what is a condition here? If ABC equal to empty, if there is nothing over there, or ABC equal to null. So it will check if it is empty or null, then it will go inside this block. If it is not empty, then it will go inside this block. So here you can see the pipe symbol, which is nothing but a logical OR. Okay, so OR means if any of the statement is true, then it is true. Fine. So let's go with some predefined functions here, like finding a length. Let me find a length of a string. Uh, I need to check this function. So another thing is, yeah, the same thing follows here. Whatever you have done for this thing so-called debugging for CSS, we should also learn how to debug JavaScript. For example, if I'm writing document dot, so in this we have these many: get element by ID, get element by class name, get element by name. In place of ID, if you're giving name, you can use get element by name. You can get access by get element by tag name. So all these things you should try. So I'm going for get element by ID. So what is the ID we have given in this case? What is the ID we have given in this case, guys? ID of uname, right? So let me give uname dot value. So what it is returning? Admin. So what I want is, in the same way, you can go, if you don't give dot value, what happens? It will be returning you the complete text field. See, your debugging skills will tell you how strong you are in subject. And if you get a chance to work on the production project, production support project, then there you need a very strong debugging skills. All 90% is nothing but a debugging skills only. So you have to take care over there as well. So yeah, here we go. Whatever you have written over there, no, you can write it in the console and you can call all those things. So you can see I have called the function directly without calling on the entered value is admin. So you will be learning in more detail. This is a basic concept. For this small concept, you should go all these things. You have to try all this. Let's go for some predefined functions here. Here this clear will not work. This is a area for clear. So if you clear, in Unix terminal we use clear command for clearing a screen. So I typed over here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to store the value. I want to check whether the length is having the syntax of length function. So I didn't remember that. So what I'm doing is I'm using a console to know the syntax. What we have here, a uname dot value. So ABC. When I type ABC, I will be getting the value ABC dot length. So there is no parenthesis. If I give parenthesis, it is saying that function is not found. So how to remember the syntax is in this way. You should cross validate from the console. How do you get console? Once again, go for inspect element or F12 you press and click on console. You will be getting this window. Whatever you type, it will display below. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this condition. If the length is greater than less than 0, or if the length is equal to 0, So length is stored in which variable here, Raj?
Sorry, sir.
Length is length.
Length.
Yeah, length of the string is stored in which variable?
ABC. ABC length.
Yeah, ABC length. ABC length. So Rakesh, why I'm writing this condition, how this condition will work here? Do we have Rakesh there?
Yes,
So how it is going to work, Rakesh?
I mean if it is less than the value, so please enter the value 0.
Okay, yeah, it works on the condition like if the length is less than 0 or equal to 0, then it will go to the block. What is a block here? This message will get displayed, this alert will get prompt over there. Correct? If it is not like that, then this alert will get prompt over there. Now, what is that? Hmm, So it checks there. So it's the length is less than or equal to 0. Because of that, it is prompting a message. Please enter the value. Let me enter the value here. Admin, and so entered value is admin. Let's do some more questions. Let's, let's study some more concepts on this one. Uh, uh, the various data types. Let me talk something about the data type, and then we'll go with the function with parameters and much more. Uh, what is the meaning of data type here? What do you know about data type?
Data type is it stores the values.
Yeah, data type is a variable, a type of variable which stores a value. What else you can say about data type? So whatever names are given, no guys, in that name only 50 to 80% answer will be there. Data type, a type of data used in a program is known as a data type. So here we are having a data type which is widely used known as var, var. Okay, this var is capable of storing all integers. It can store strings, it can store floats, all these things, decimals, everything. So now there are two concepts so called local variable and global variable. Whatever you have learned in C language, it all applies over here. So what is the meaning of local variable and what is the meaning of global variable?
Local variable is declared any function inside.
Yeah, a variable which is declared inside. For example, inside this if block, if I'm declaring some variable, then that variable is known as a local variable. And anything which is declared outside, which can be accessed from anywhere, that is known as a global variable. Okay, and let's go function with parameters now. So let's do something here. We change a program here. We make it something like So here we have something like this, and in this what we are trying to do is we are telling a user to enter the value of A and enter the value of B. When I click on add, what will be the result?
It will be 32.
Yeah, it will be 34 over here. In the same way, subtract, multiply, and divide should work. So here we have multiple things. Like it's something like calculation. Addition we have, subtraction we have, multiplication we have, and divide we have. Okay. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take something so called calculation as a function, and if I'm right, and I'm going to capture the value of A and B. How can we capture the value of A and B?
Variable A equals to some value and B equals to value.
Yeah, document dot get element
Vary.
But when
here A dot value. Correct. In this way, we will get the value of A and B. So at the initial stage, what I'm doing is I'm trying to display A value and B value. So let me reload this. I'm giving 10 and I'm giving 20. And I'm clicking add, subtract, multiply, divide. Nothing is working. So may I know the reason?
We never give the function on click, and we never give operands like addition, subtraction, and
Correct. So I need to call a function. Unless and until I called a function, it will not work. So I'm just going over here, 10 and 20, and I'm going to call a function. So what it is saying, calculation is not defined. So if sometimes if nothing is working means you should immediately open your console. And it's a good practice as a developer, you should always be available on the console so that it will define the error. And the error will be defined over here only. 1.html line number 15. Click over there. It will redirect you to that specific error page. So what it is saying is here we are calling calculation. So there is a spelling error here. PION it is. So let me reload it and let me go with 10 and 20. So now we are able to display the value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a result like addition of two numbers. When I'm trying to add that, so here A plus B, we will learn one new tricky thing here. It will consider as a string. So addition of two numbers is how much it should be.
it should be 30.
It should be 30, but it is concatenating and it is forming as 1020. It's just appending it. First two numbers are getting appended to the next two numbers. So for that purpose, we have to convert var to integer in JavaScript. So we have something so called parseInt here. Let me open that. What is this parseInt? I will explain you.
Actually, have given what's that?
Yeah, please proceed. You want
Have
to
given
ask?
quotations for A and B. If something is in the quotations, I guess it's gonna take it as string.
Here, this one you are saying?
Mm,
So by default in JavaScript, every value is considered as a string. Okay. So
okay.
let me parse it. This is a parsing. Let me check the syntax here. So what I'm doing is I'm storing in a variable so-called x and y. We will remove that x and y as well. First, let me explain you in the easiest way. So we have done parsing. ParseInt is not a function. What is x? This is not defined. What is a here? Variable equal to.
So I guess we can do like this. Just give where x equals to A and where y equals to B. Now I don't have any function over there. And for add, we're gonna give add equals to A plus B, like that.
So yeah, I will try your logic. 1 minute. Thank you for bringing up that. So here you can see it is considering as a syntax. Okay, we are using a syntax in a wrong way. So, 10, 20, 30 we got. Yeah, let me go to your logic, Ramesh.
గ్యాస్ ఏమన్నా
What do you want me to do?
ఏమన్నా తీసుకుందాం ఏమన్నా తీసుకుందాం రా తినడానికి తాగడం
So you want me to make it x equal to a, right? And y equal to b. Correct? Raj, are you there? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So as you said, I have applied like that. You want me to apply in this way only, right?
Actually, x equals to A and y equals to B. Let me see. For button add, we have mentioned nothing here.
Okay. So
That's
let me explain you this concept. So what I said you, the values, the variable will var will be always a string in JavaScript. So we have to parse it accordingly. If you want integer, you have to use this function parse int. Okay. So this will be converting back. Let me explain you on the console. Variable a equal to what I am doing is document dot get element by id of a dot value. So what is a here? You can see it is stored in the double quotes. Double quotes means it is a string. So what I am doing is x equal to parse int of a. Now you can see the result. It's not in the double quote. So here you have in double quote, which is a string, and here without double quote. Now it is an integer. So when you are performing x plus y, then you will be getting a result as 30. Sorry, let me save this. Let me reload it. 10 and 20. So you will be getting a 30. Okay. So in the
So
same way,
why
if any questions here?
why we take the string? I mean, so much that importance in the JavaScript? Is there
Okay.
any particular reason?
Yeah, it's a predefined. It is defined. It's not in our control. This is defined by the JavaScript itself. So what JavaScript is saying is, in spite of having multiple things, let's go for one data type based on the requirement, convert it as per the go. For example, it will be in string. String means it will allow all. So tomorrow you need int, you just go for parse int, it will convert to integer.
Yes.
If you need float, then it will be converted to the float.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
In this way. Fine. So
Okay, so fine.
yeah, let me proceed further now. So we were learning about this x and y parsing over here, and we performed addition. In the same way we will be performing quickly here, subtraction, multiplication, division. So here we have minus, and here we have ASCII, and here we have percentile. So I'm reloading it. I'm giving 20 by 10. So addition of two numbers is 30, subtraction of two numbers is 10, and multiplication is 200, and division of two numbers is 0. So let me take by here. 20 by 10, 30, 10, 200, and 2. So when I click on sub, it should call subtract. So for that, what I am doing is just copying and pasting the code in the sub button. Here it goes with button this, and this also goes with button that. So I need to specify all function at various buttons here. For example, when I'm clicking on multiply, I'm getting all these results, multiple results. So but my requirement is when I click on multiply, I should get only multiplication result. But what is happening over there is it is displaying me all. How to avoid this?
By removing the on-click calculation.
What we should do here, we should remove from here.
The on
I apologize. Can you be audible, Rakesh?
uh, by removing the on-click calculation for all the, I mean, for all the, I mean,
Okay, you want me to remove this, right? Let me remove that from multiply. So I removed that one. I'm reloading it. I'm giving 20 and 11 here. I'm clicking on multiply. So nothing is happening. If you remove it, the function will not get called, right? We need to call a function, but we need to display only multiplication result here. So that should be there, but only the result should display only multiplication. For example, when I'm clicking on sub, I'm getting all four results here. How can we achieve this? 1 minute, guys.
by using multiple.
Yeah. Uh, did you get my point? What I am expecting over here?
Multiple functions have.
Yeah. How can we reach this is by calling a multiple functions here. So let me call multiple functions. Yeah, here we have a concept of calling functions. So call add, subtract, mult. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call add here, subtract in this case, multiplication and division. So I'm going to call a specific function from specific area, mult division. So I'm just reloading this. Ten and 20. So you can see addition we got here. When I'm clicking on subtraction, we are getting. So this is what a use of defining a function. So if you define everything in a one unit of code, so what is the problem over there is, even though you need it out, you don't need, for example, you don't need a result of subtraction, but still it is getting displayed. So let me clear more on this. So till now you have learned about alerts. Let me take to the next level of displaying the messages. So in place of alert, you can also use any idea? Console.log. So what is the use of console.log is, it will not come like alert. The message will be displayed at the console. So when I'm clicking on add, alert will not be prompted here. It will be displayed at the console. So console.log is used by whom? It is for the developer's perspective. Okay. Sometimes you don't want to prompt too many alerts on the application and you want to know the value. So for developers perspective, this console.log is used. Most of the websites will be using this console.log. So if you see here, they are not using here. If you go for Amazon or big websites, then you can see so many things will be prompted over here. Okay. So what is the difference between console.log and alert?
It will return in console, but not getting the alert.
Okay. Let me go for the iterative statement. There is something so called for loop. What do you know about the looping?
Can do. I mean, we can do one thing in many types.
Yes. So iterative means repeating process. Anything which you want to repeat for number of times, then we should go for iterative process. All these things I will cover with the real-time examples. Once we cover the JSON, then we will be consuming the services. What is that consuming of services? I will explain you later on. Just we are going with the basics because this is also important. So anything which you want to repeat for many times, then we go for the iteration process. So zero attempt. So how many times this is going to be repeated? This is going to repeat for the 10 times because it's a looping. And why do we go for looping? I don't want to go much in this one. I hope you guys know about this. Yeah, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got to know that.
Yeah, Prashant, why do we go for looping?
I mean, instead of writing too many times,
Correct.
I mean,
Yeah, in spite of writing to the same thing 10 times over here, we will be using a concept of looping, and we will be displaying the same thing in the one line of code. So we have for loop, while loop, do while loop. So many loops are there, but widely we will be using this one. Which one? For loop we will be using. And yeah, let me go for some other concepts like window dot location. What is this window? Let me explain you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to roll back. I'm going to take two fields here. And in the ID as union. So I'm going to call a function here again. The name redirect, and I'm going to capture the value of uname and
slightly used to that.
element by id of uname dot value pwd equal to, and here what we have given the name is pwd. So what I'm trying to do over here is, if the entered username and password is admin, and when I click on button, it should redirect to some other page. And if it is not administrator, then it should redirect to some other page. How can we do that? Guys, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is what my requirement. How can we achieve that?
by window dot location dot href anchor.
Window dot location dot anchor. Okay. Let me write down. So what I'm doing is, what is that? Window dot location dot anchor. Like this.
Uh, we can write the href class.
Href. That's it.
Href is equal to I mean http some Google, I mean some URL.
Okay. Let me go for some URL.
I mean for which page we want to redirect.
Okay. I wrote that. That's it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Raj, is it correct?
I'm not sure, sir. I'm not sure.
So Prashant, is it correct?
Even I'm not sure, sir. I mean, it. I think it doesn't say anything about the. You said like if it is give the username and password, you should get the other window. If not, it's supposed to go to the other another window. But it doesn't say anything about direct or redirect.
Correct. So first level we have to check if the uname is equal to admin and password is also equal to admin, then we need to redirect to some page, right?
Yep.
This should be placed in a condition for that purpose. Else, yeah. And here, what we are going to do is we are just going to redirect to some specific window. So let me go over here, refresh, admin. So if it is admin, what happened? Window.location is used for redirecting to some specific window. And if it is not admin, then it is redirecting to some other place. So these conditions are very important, and this is what a use of this window.location. So we have learned something like alert. We have learned something about this thing, what we call console.log. Let me take one example for prompt. What is prompt?
Something like repeating.
Okay. So prompt is a dialog window. Let me show you that. How is this prompt looks like? Admin, admin. So a dialog window where it is going to capture the value. Usually you will see this dialog windows for the case of PDF protected. Any PDF which is protected with the password, there you will find this dialog window. So this dialog window is going to capture some value in spite of giving this username and password from here, and in spite of going from here to there, I can handle this entire case from prompt as well. So I don't need even a function. What I will be doing is I'm going to use a variable uname equal to prompt, enter the value of X, sorry, uname I'm giving, and then alert uname. So you can see something I'm giving as admin. So it has captured that value, admin. In the same way, pwd equals to prompt and alert pwd. So here admin and something I'm giving. So that has been prompted over there. So difference between prompt, dialogue, and console, all these things should be clear to you, because these are the basic level questions which will be asked at the interview perspective. So we have much to deal with this. So what I suggest you is please go through this all functions. I will be sending you this file. When to go for on click, mouse over, mouse out, mouse in, what is the difference between double equals and triple equals, all these things you please go through properly. Tomorrow we will connect again, we'll discuss more on this one. And one quick thing guys, JavaScript is a legacy scripting language. In market there are very less projects which are running purely on JavaScript. Okay, so when we go to jQuery also, at the back end it will be using JavaScript only, that we will be dealing more in jQuery. So what I suggest for today is you please go through this. Some text notes are there which are simple and easy to understand. You can get it very quickly. So I suggest you to go for this one, like print. When you are clicking on the print button, it's calling the print screen over there, how that will be called, and data types, if you give float, how it works. And this is JSON, which I'm going to cover tomorrow. JSON is very important because as long you survive in UI developer, every day you will be dealing with the JSON only. So I will be taking in more detail about that, and some more concepts are there, like mouse over, mouse in, mouse out, what is on load, all these things. I'm going to